Over here is the all-new Ford Explorer EV, but then I was wondering, was it by any chance designed for Jurassic Park? Let's look at the interior once. You're probably wondering, why did I bring Jurassic Park up just now? The reason I brought it up is because in the first film of Jurassic Park, the Ford Explorers were famously used as the tour vehicles of the park. Now, there was something interesting about those particular Ford Explorers. According to the film, these Ford Explorers were electric, but they were being guided by a rail, basically. They were like the park trains or something, you see? So they could not deviate or anything. They were only used strictly for a route. They had to follow a route. They could not go anywhere else. Oh my goodness. Firm materials throughout the interior. Onto the door, it's a firm material. And then as we get inside, the only part of the interior that has a really nice material would be the central console storage, which is surprisingly squidgy. But then for the rest, it's all firm material. Come on, is this really for Jurassic Park? I bet it is. And the reason why this EV is small is so that they can put the platings and the armor, you know, to protect themselves against the dinosaurs. Plot twist. This is actually related to a Volkswagen ID model. That's right. Apparently, Ford has now got a collaboration going on with Volkswagen again. And I have mixed feelings about this because on the bright side, it is true it made it cheaper to produce the Ford Explorer EV. But then on the other hand, just when Ford was this close to making its identity known again, this American identity, it feels like this collaboration with Volkswagen kind of put it a few steps back. But then that's just my thought. Let's think about the positive side of things. So seating is interesting. You get this electric seating adjustment with seating memory, and you get the window buttons and the mirror controls that are clearly Volkswagen Group-ish. And it's a funny system because I have to push on this button right here to activate the rear windows. I just wish there was 4 window buttons. Come on. And now you get 2 cup holders right here. Oh, that's good. And then you get a phone holder that's in this position down there. That's nice. Now, something cool about this infotainment system screen, you can actually adjust it. This is cool. And I've noticed this about Ford. As of lately, they've been introducing certain convenience features. They even have this, I saw it on a reel on Instagram, where the steering wheel can actually fold as a table. But this is not in the Ford Explorer EV. This is in some other Ford, which they only have in North America. But anyways, steering wheel. The steering wheel can move it up, down, in and out, and it's surprisingly smooth. Although the upmost setting is this much, but then who cares? The steering wheel is good. It's nice to hold on to, especially from up here. And central console storage is huge. You even get a nice little tray. Wow, that's nice. And then glove box, which is a bit further away from the driver's seat. It's average for its price and segment. Not entirely something special, but then to be fair, it is there, okay? The door bin is a bit on the narrow side, but it gets the job done. It's good. It's actually deep. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at this corner right here. It looks as if this is unfinished, or this was an afterthought or something. You can see the trim connections right here. Now, for the exterior design of the Ford Explorer EV, I had mixed thoughts about it. In fact, before I even found out it had Volkswagen Group connections, I actually thought of the Ford Flex to some extent, especially when we look at this area. It looks like the Ford Escape, the 2010s Ford Escape. Now, if we study those 6 spoke wheels carefully, they look like something Audi would usually have. This particular Ford Explorer EV costs 58,000 euros. Is it value for money or not? You get a 360-degree parking camera with parking sensors at the front and at the rear. Blind spot monitoring in case any dinosaur tries to ambush you. Looking at the infotainment system of this Ford Explorer EV, it's very interesting. I'm going to try getting to the maps first. Okay, navigating around this infotainment system is quite difficult for me, you know, because whenever I enter a car and whenever I'm a first-time user, usually it's easy for me to navigate around. Like, for instance, I want to zoom out and it took me almost half a minute to figure out how to zoom out. I just can't use this. I want to zoom in, but it's not responding. It's taking forever. Like, okay, you know what? Can I just look at the maps? When it comes to the infotainment system, Ford vehicles have not been always the best. They always had infotainment systems that get the job done, but they were just not very convenient to use compared to the Volkswagen Group or compared to BMW. Quality of the map is good. I like how it outlines the forest areas and it doesn't give me any hint about any built-up area. but it does talk about the relief a little bit. It does point out some hills, which is good. And then you can always navigate around the menu. You can choose driving modes. Well, at this point, I see 5 different driving modes: Eco, Normal, Sport, Traction, and Individual. I highly doubt you need traction, except for when it's snowing outside. Now it is time to check out the back seats of the Ford Explorer EV. So, first thing I've just noticed is that my feet room is perfect. I mean, it's just great. Now, it can also depend on the seating adjustment of the driver and the front seat passenger. My knee room is just as good. Headroom is great, although the headrest is a bit on the firm side. And this armrest right here is surprisingly squidgy. Look at this. And the bottle holders are good. That's good. But then again, another problem is that the door side, the plastic. Oh, wow. It's just, yeah. Big contrast. Over here you get the squidgy leather, and then over there the door plastic just exposed, like as if it came straight from a utility vehicle. And then you get a backseat pocket, which is leather, so it's a bit on the firm side. Now, something a bit funny over here. 2 air vents right there, that's good, but the funny part is you get 2 charging ports over there as if they were an afterthought. Okay, right. But then good news is the middle passenger won't have any problem sitting here because the middle floor is flat. Perfect when transporting your Jurassic Park crew around. It's time to check out the boot space of the Ford Explorer EV. Right, just something I get used to. I already spotted a little bit of a problem. The elevation height is just too high, especially for standards of this kind of crossover SUV. So you do have to lift whatever you have to and put it in there. And then also another thing is that the body paints on the sides, they stick out quite proudly, but then in the middle, it's good, it's better. You just get the license plate over here, but then be careful with the license plate still. You get this plastic boot lip right here, which is good. Let's check out this floor. I like how the floor is flat. This is an adjustable boot floor, just like you'd get on a Volkswagen Group electric car. That's great. You got a 12-volt socket right there, hook over here, and you even get a trailer hitch hook button right there. This is good, and you even get to the points on the side. So the practicality solutions are very similar to what you'd see in a Volkswagen Group car, but then again, I feel like the volume is small. It's still small, you see it, because and right above here, it's just not very spacious compared to other competitors with a similar price range. So here's my conclusion of the Ford Explorer EV. I think for a price of 58,000 euros, this Ford Explorer EV is perfect for Jurassic Park. The hard plastic in the interior and also the rather small exterior, you know what I'm saying? It's very agile, and being electric, it won't antagonize dinosaurs and the nature. But let's be realistic over here. For a price of 58,000 euros, I think this Ford Explorer EV is okay value for money. It's a good competitor, very promising, and a nice alternative to something from the Volkswagen Group or Stellantis. But I just have to say it's not perfect, because lately the Nissan-Renault Alliance have been doing some great crossover SUVs that are electric, like the Renault Scenic I had a chance to review recently, similar dimensions to this beast, and I have to say the Scenic just wins my heart to some extent. But then there's still potentials for this Ford Explorer EV. So far, the only advantage I see for this Ford Explorer EV would be the driving pleasure. Something unquestionable about Ford. They've been known for their driving pleasure, something that's never changed. And because this is rather small, it means it's lighter in terms of weight, and this means it should be fun to drive. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos that are on the run. I will see you all next time.